I am Electrish from Static Realms. Welcome to our metal mashup show with Darktunes Music Group. Tonight you'll see the best metal bands Darktunes has to offer.
For those that don't know Darktunes Music Group, it's a metal and gothic music label based in Heidelberg, Germany. Due to the COVID-19 crisis, it's been a very hard time for everyone. There are artists who are not able to play live shows or to go on tour anymore. But it's not only hard for bands and the actors of the cultural scene. There are many other sectors that need help, like the animal protection sector. They're full because too many people decided to abandon their animals, and due to social distancing, it's been very hard for people to adopt these pets. Also, due to the financial crisis, animal shelters which work with donations only got less donations than usual, and some of them unfortunately are not able to save new animals because they are full and at the end of their resources. During the Darktunes E-Festival number 1, the Gothic edition, we've collected more than 1,500 European donations, and all the bands from the first festival gave their part to the animal shelter as well. So the CEO of Darktunes brought all the donations to this great organization. So thank you so much for making any donations, and of course to our Darktunes bands for their big hearts. Why did we choose this animal shelter? Because it's in Heidelberg, where Darktunes Music Group is based, and we can be sure that your donations will arrive in the right hands and will be used to help the animals. Again, the Darktunes CEO will personally bring these donations to the shelter and will inform you again at the beginning of the next festival how the shelter spent your donations. By clicking the donation link below, you won't need to register, and you don't need to put your real name. You can donate via PayPal, credit card, and several other ways. And last but not least, it's 100% safe. You can donate whatever you want, and every cent is important. If you prefer to make donations on your own, we invite you to do so. And of course, if you're watching this festival on Twitch, you can also donate via cheers, bits, and subscriptions. If you want to support one specific artist, you can always buy their merch or music wherever you want, or go directly to our Dark Merch store, the official mail order of the Darktunes Music Group. This festival is presented by our partners Dark Merch, the online store for gothic and metal lifestyle and bands merchandise. You'll find CDs, shirts, and the merch product of every band we're going to play now in the shop. Static Realms is a monthly streaming channel that showcases music and artists from all over the world, and provides interviews, performances, and more. So check us out on www.staticrealms.com and on YouTube, the Not So Serious Show channel, hosted by me, Electrish. All of the respective links will be in the description. You're going to see one live song from every band, and then after the song, we're going to call each band for a small video interview. After the shows, there's going to be an after party live on the Twitch channel of Darktunes, with live metal and rock DJs from all over the world. So make sure that you're following Darktunes on Twitch.
Beside the label Darktunes Music Group and its mail order Dark Merch, we're pleased to present another sponsor of this festival. The agency Helter Skelter is the maker of the two largest monthly metal and gothic club nights in Germany. Super Schwarz's in Mannheim is Germany's biggest gothic club party, and Mega Metal Mannheim is the biggest metal club party in South Germany. Both parties take place in the club MS Connection in the city of Mannheim. So don't forget to support them. You'll find all the links in the description. Also, one of the Helter Skelter DJs will be part of the Twitch 2-hour live stream after this event. So stay tuned and enjoy the show.
Racial less, racial vote, fading time. sure you want to know how I feel? Lest you disappear. Doesn't matter what you think of me. Doesn't need your mirror. Calling honestly. I think I've seen it all before. I don't want this anymore. As it screams, now returning to whisper. I think I've seen it all before. I don't want this anymore. As it screams, now returning.
That was the Silver Black, who I will be speaking with now. So, who are the Silver Black? Who are the band members and where are you from?
Well, we basically started this band in 2014. We've been knowing each other for really a long time. We collaborated on different projects and a couple of bands as well, but we never really made music together. So I guess we were kind of bored at that time, so we decided, well, why not? Let's give it a shot and let's try to see if we can come up with something cool together. And it was kind of easy. I mean, he plays all the instruments, he writes all the music, he records all the music, and he produces all the music. So basically, I mean, they just had to write lyrics and record vocals, and that was it. So we basically did the very first record for fun, to have a good time together and to see if we were able to write something cool together. And as soon as we finished, we kind of liked what we did, so we immediately started to work on a new album and so on. I mean, we also had to create a real band to do live shows, so we also had a real lineup.
Tell us about your name, the Silver Black. What is the meaning behind the name?
Well, it doesn't have any particular meaning. I simply like the way it sounds. That's the truth.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as we started to, write music together, you already had this name in mind, and it was like, well, I'd like to call this band the Silver Black. And I was like, well, why not? I mean, it sounds cool, and it leaves you guessing. That's a very important thing. And I think it represents us quite well. So, really, no big meaning behind it, but it's a name we like a lot.
I understand that you guys are from Italy. Tell me about the industrial music scene there. Is it big? And what locations or festivals can one go to hear the industrial music in Italy?
Well, in our country, industrial music is not very popular. So, I mean, there are several bands doing different kind of music, but I think that basically there's not a real industrial metal scene here.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say? I don't consider the Silver Black an Italian band at all. I mean, our record company is from Germany. Our booking agent is from Germany. So many people from, throughout Europe listen to the Silver Black. We have so many people from Germany listen to the Silver Black. Also, a lot of people from the UK, from the United States, from Canada, from Australia, from Russia. So, I mean, I don't really consider the Silver Black as an Italian band. I rather say that we are a European band.
Tell us about the bands and artists that influence you during the creative process of your music. Your music sounds like a lot of genres molded into one. The music is a mix between a lot of genres like industrial metal, metalcore, dark electro, and nu metal.
I think industrial metal has no borders or rules, so basically you can do whatever you want. I won't give you any name, but I can tell you what's inside our music. For example, heavy metal riffs, industrial heavy drum grooves, or massive bass layers, retro wave, trance, electro loops and keyboards. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, industrial music basically has no boundaries, and there's this big mainframe into which you can do really whatever you want and put all the different influences that you want, and that's really the beauty of industrial music.
Yes.
So there are so many music styles that you really have to follow very, very strict rules, but this ain't industrial metal at all.
You guys have a very strong aesthetic. So tell me, do you do your own makeup, your costumes, or do you have a team that helps you during the process? And behind the scenes, tell me about how you work on your music videos.
Well, when we do have to, do more simple stuff, we can do it ourselves. But when we really want to have a great looking makeup, or we want to step up our visual game, we have a very good friend of ours called Francesco Sanseverino. He is a great makeup artist, and he helps us with the most difficult parts of our makeup. So, it's really great to have him on board, because as soon as we need him, he's always there for us.
Your album, Prototype 617, got more than 300,000 plays on Spotify and millions of views on YouTube. So tell me, do you have any tips for a new coming band into the metal scene?
I'll tell you the truth. I'm talking to those bands, those artists. Please don't do it. It's not a good choice. Do pop music or easy listening music, but this road is a never-ending road. It's a difficult road. It's an impossible road. Don't do it. Please don't do it.
Well, it is basically right. I mean, people usually see the glamorous side of music.
Exactly.
So, and they always forget all the artwork that's behind it. And, first of all, you should really surround yourself with people that you get along well with. And you should really love what you do. And, really, there's a lot of hard work. And don't forget also to, always keep in mind the business side of music, because it's truly sneaky. And so really be careful and be picky and be sure to love what you do.
Speaking of the album, Prototype 617, please tell us what is behind the name and the concept of your album.
Well, basically the song Prototype was the first one that we wrote for the new album. And luckily enough, as soon as we finished it, we decided that song to be the title track for the album. So it was quite easy for us to expand the whole record around that song. That was a pivotal song. So basically I started to think, well, Prototype is a cool title, but is it good enough to be also the title for the whole record? And well, I just wanted to add a little bit of a Old Testament feel to it. So I basically checked the Book of Revelations and came up with a verse 6:17 that goes something like, "For the great day of our wrath has come, and who is able to stand," or something like that. I don't remember the exact words. Anyway, and that was just perfect because most of the lyrics deal about anger and hatred, and I do really enjoy the fact that we have a very modern word like prototype, and combined with a, that sort of apocalyptic feel that the 617 gives to the whole title. So that's basically a combination of two words, a more modern one that kind of fits with the whole artwork for the whole album, and that kind of Old Testament apocalyptic 617.
What are your plans as a band for the future? Are you working on anything right now, such as shows, videos, anything?
Well, we have a brand new album on his way. We were planning to release it on 2020, but what happened, so we had to delay every plan we made. And what can I say? That it's a masterpiece, and I think that it's our best record so far. You will know it.
Yeah, I mean, all bands usually say that the last record is the last one, but I guess this time is right because it's a really cool record. And
It is.
well, we had so many plans for 2020, like a summer festival in Germany, some gigs throughout Europe, but we had to delete everything. So basically we're just waiting to see what happens in 2021, and hopefully we'll be able to release the new album and do some live shows to support it.
Thank you to the Silver Black.
Well, thank you very much for the interview. We had a great time. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure, and take care. See you on the road.
And be safe. Bye bye.
This is Freak Injection, a band who first caught our eyes with their Daddy is the Devil music video, which infuses a glamorous world with everyone's nightmares and deepest desires. A band with no limits. This is Freak Injection. Hello to all of you.
Hello! We are Freak Injection, and I am Charlie, the raccoon diva.
And I'm Kevin, and I hit the bass.
I'm Fernand, the guitarist and composer.
I'm Hector, the drummer.
Yeah.
And we have the unicorn.
This is very exciting. I love your music, and I'm a big fan of your style, Charlie Red. So tell me, Charlie, what is your obsession with raccoons?
You know, I'm a raccoon diva. But why? You know, the raccoon sometimes, when the raccoon wants to have sex, they are very aggressive. They can be also very cute. They can hug you, they can kiss you, but they're very aggressive. They can do some mess everywhere, but they are so cute at the same time. So I think I'm a raccoon. When I'm on stage, sometimes I forget that I'm a woman. I'm just an animal. I'm doing some mess. And I love to bite these guys. I'm just like fucking raccoon. So the raccoon is my animal totem. I'm invoking the raccoon. Raccoon.
Yeah, raccoon.
Blast around this web.
Now let's get into the roots of this band. An origin story is always nice to hear. So tell me, how was your band formed? And how did you get your vibrant, intense sound?
I remember it was a full moon night. I was driving on the house lightway and I found an animal. It was Charlie! Yeah, I remember, it was cool. And we found two other animals. It was the gremlins and the bass player. And we screamed all the night. It was so fun.
Ow!
You remember, guys?
Ow!
Yes. Yeah.
Ow!
That's good and great.
Screaming all night long.
And after we found the unicorn.
Unicorn, bitch!
One thing that definitely complements your sound is your visually captivating music videos. Now, how are the music videos thought up? And how do you choose your wardrobe?
Thank you for your kind words. First of all, we have a big team working with us. They're absolutely amazing. We have amazing artists. You know, we are in France, so we have the best artists for clothes, for design. We love haute couture, you know. We are very inspired by Jean-Paul Gaultier, who has mixing, you know, aristocracy style and punk style. So we're doing a lot of mess with this with a touch of raccoon style. You know, specific ingredients. And the mixing, we are making violins and glitters for the design. This is absolutely amazing. And then here for us, we made these jackets. You see that? Very sexy drummer. I have this, you know. We have the bass player.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah. So yeah, I think French artists are very amazing. You know, in France, in Paris, we love art. So we have a specific colors too for Freak Injection: pink, purple, silver, black. No other colors. Fuck other colors.
Can you tell us an insider fact? Something really funny that happened during the shooting of one of your music videos?
So, when we shot the video for our last single, who was Daddy is the Devil, that was a strange and long day. We rent a swinger club in Paris, a very luxurious swinger club. And we started in the morning at 6 o'clock. Yes, I remember that. And we end up at 8 o'clock. Very, very long day. I think we were maybe 40 people or 50 people, and the place was really, really charged with a sexual energy. Really. And at the end of the day, everybody there only had one thing in mind. We just wanted to fuck with each other. That's all. And to have a big sex group. And, it was so cool.
Oh my god.
That was great. Truly.
So, Hector, you miss it? Yeah.
So,
Unicorn, do you remember? With your count. Yeah.
I really can't remember which
the
song.
unicorn. Unicorn.
Unicorn.
You are from Paris, the city of love. What is the alternative music scene like in Paris?
I know something changed in your brain, in your veins. Cannot recognize you, not the same, but I just wanna know.
One word. Shitty. Like Paris is not so great for goth and alternative parties, you know. We have all clubs that are really pop music oriented. We have music venues that are all dispatched all over the city. It's not like in London where you have Camden Town that is really the district to be in. We also have a lot of restrictions regarding live music, regarding noise, even bars, you know, because shitty people complain about noise and like boring guys. But on the other hand, you know, it's when you think you have nothing that you find private parties organized by really passionate people and that gather a really nice community, you know, and that's what we like. You know, being Dr. Jekyll's by day and become to reveal our freak parts of Mr. Hyde during long nights like tonight, you know. Woo!
What are your future plans for Freak Injection? What does Freak Injection have going on this year?
Let's hope we get a vaccine and then like a COVID, anti-COVID injection to get to reveal our freak injection this year.
Get your freak injection! Get your freak injection! Yeah! Unicorn injection too, it'll be fine!
Yeah.
It will be the solution for you. Get your freaky injection!
We are very excited to see what Freak Injection has in store for the new year with Darktunes Music Group. Thank you, Freak Injection.
Est-ce que tu peux lever les deux bras? C'est pas, continue! Wouhou!
Tu veux des punchlines, certifiés Capcom. Les textes qui font mal comme un shoryuken. Mets la main à la pâte, c'est du cooking mama. Les lyrics plus vagues que la crête de Jabba. On a changé les règles, on pense qui est à nous. On met une grosse claque comme la sortie de chez nous. C'est la confrérie de l'ombre, le côté obscur. Des couplets MC, façon sous le calibre. On est dès le départ, tu feras jamais le poids. T'es un peu trop gras pour sembler à Honda. Les coups bas, les coups de poing. T'es un peu trop long, enchaîner les mille mains. Maintenant tu sais qui on est. Puis si on les licenciés, on fait du beurre à ses speed. On boit ta meuf comme une 32X. Tu nous as pris pour qui et pourquoi. Comme un set à 3. On met des punchlines de jack. Tu nous as pris pour qui et pourquoi. Tu
Hello, smash hit combo. So let's start the interview with a question that you probably have heard a lot. How did you come up with the name Smash Hit Combo?
Actually, it's based on a video game, of course, because we're all into lots of various types of video games, and pretty much a lot of the lyrics of the band speaks about video games and geek culture and whatever. So that was based on Killer Instinct game, so an old N64 game. But yeah, it just sounded cool, so just thought, okay, let's keep that.
Now you guys have done a lot of shows with the likes of artists like Limp Bizkit. So tell me, what's something crazy that's happened while you were on tour?
Crazy thing when we played with Limp Bizkit was obviously I was just playing one of the last song of the show and just turning my head like, oh, someone's watching the show, and there was just Fred Durst standing just nearby me, and I was like, whoa, don't fuck up now, don't fuck up. And yeah, that was a big experience for my little heart. But I also remember someday during that period of time where we were on tour somewhere in Czech Republic, and we got stopped in the freeway, and our sound engineer took a crap in the toilet, and we were pretty much in a hurry, so we just go back to the bus pretty fast, and he was still there. So I guess 20 minutes later, I just got a phone call saying, "Hey guys, where are you?" And they just said, "But you're here with us." And I just turned around and I saw that he wasn't there. So I was like, shit, dude. I guess we just forgot you somewhere in the middle of the Czech Republic.
Your texts and videos deal a lot with geek culture. So is every member of Smash Hit Combo a gamer themselves? And now the eternal question, Nintendo or Sega?
Yeah. Of course, we are all into video games. Mostly in the past, because me and my singer were about to spend 12 or 15 hours a day just playing video games and doing pretty much nothing more. But now with tours and our business, I'm making videos and everyone is working, so it's like we can't play that much like we did before, but we're still playing a lot on tour or when we just have some free times or whatever. And of course Nintendo for sure. Is there a real question? Sega was the winner someday? I don't think so.
Finish her.
You guys are doing some fantastic nu metal. So tell me, who are the influences from the 90s to 2000s of nu metal that are greatest to you?
Thanks. For me, obviously Slipknot first, Limp Bizkit, of course. It's an easy one. Korn, of course, it's one of the biggest, and Mudvayne for me, one of the bands I love the most, and not that much famous now, but it was before Snot. Snot, that was a huge one for me.
Now tell me about the French metal scene. Is it big? And what are your top 3 favorite French metal bands?
I wouldn't say big, because in France metal music is not part of the main culture. I would say you cannot find some metal songs on radio and on TV. It's not gonna happen. But I mean, we still have some pretty cool bands. Of course, Gojira is the biggest, but we have Masitara, which is really huge here, and maybe I would say Playmo, because I was listening a lot to this band before. Now it's dead, or kind of dead, I guess. but I really enjoy it. Back in the 90s.
Your song, Spin the Wheel, from your last album, Leaked, reached more than 1 million plays on Spotify. So tell me, how do you explain the success of this song, and how does it feel?
Yeah, that's pretty much huge. But why? I don't know. Maybe because it's an English song, so it's maybe you can get more audience with English language, I guess. Promotion, I guess there was good promotion in our stuff, but yeah, I guess it was the first song when we didn't make a cross between French and English. This one was full English, and yeah, I guess this was a kind of step, I guess.
Your music videos are very professional and very creative. So I want to know, are you all producing them yourselves? And also, how do you go about casting so many talented actors and cosplayers? Just so you know, I'm a cosplayer myself.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, I'm making the video myself. At first I was making some shitty small video for the band, and yeah, I just keep on doing more and more videos, and now that's my job. I'm making professional videos, but it took 10 years, so it was pretty slow. And yeah, during the shows and when we were making video game conventions or stuff like that, we get the connection with lots of the biggest cosplayer in France, and yeah, now we know pretty much all the biggest one, so it's pretty much easier now to make any kind of geek video. Yeah.
What are the future plans with Smash Hit Combo? Are you working on anything now?
Yeah, so we have an EP that is almost over. So it's gonna be out in May, and of course lots of more music video. And there is an album also working, so that's gonna be out pretty much soon. Because we had a lot of time to work with all the virus shit. So yeah, pretty much lots of news this year.
So, any final words from Smash Hit Combo before we go?
Yeah, thank you for your questions, and yeah, let's cross fingers so we can make shows again this year. Hopefully, can happen. See ya.
Hello, thanks for being here. Please introduce yourself and your band.
Hello, I am Audrey, the lead singer of the band, and I am glad to be here too. To tell you more about the band, we are a symphonic metal band and we are playing since 10 years. 10 years. It seems that the band is aimed to go through multiple changes, so it depends. We are 5, 6, 4 members, but the spirit stays the same. We are driven by the pleasure to take our listeners in our own universe by using music and text. And we try to renew this universe in every single album. So we are already excited by making the next one.
You just released an audiobook in French and English with your new album, Worlds. So what can the listeners expect from this interesting journey?
As I already said, the main goal of the band is to take the listener in a specific universe. In our last album, we wanted to create a story to support our music, and I've worked with Sandra, hello Sandra, the writer, to imagine a story that can be read in different ways. The first way is the simple story as it is, raw, and another is by the symbols in it. And there is finally a listener can expect to leave something special and maybe to understand messages under the things. The goal is to listen the music and read the story at the same time, to build stronger emotions. We call for listener sensibility. So emotions are what we expect, I think. Emotions.
Which bands influence you the most? And what are your favorite bands and why?
For the other members of the band that cannot be there because of COVID and they are very sorry, so I will talk for them. They are influenced by metal bands. Metallica, Iron Maiden, Dream Theater, Septic Flesh, Dark Tranquillity, Rammstein, Body Count, but also Nightwish and Within Temptation, and so I need to listen to different kind of music. So I listen to orchestras, to R&B and metal music. I can listen to Christina Aguilera, Aretha Franklin, Invalula Chaco, System of a Down, Evanescence, Within Temptation. Why we listen to these musics? The first thing is that we like them. I think music is a way to have a good time. So as long as we like what we listen, we can go.
You come from France. Please tell us what the metal community is like in France.
So there is 2 ways to answer this question. The first one is the social one. Metal music in France is not supported by society. For example, it's not possible to listen to metal music by listening radio. No. It's also difficult for bands to find spot where to play this music. Because when you come to people and you say we are a metal band and we want to play, the reaction is not woo, it's ah. So it makes things difficult for the band. I think it's because of the myth around metal music that keep staying in France. Myth like metal music is sudden music, or it's for depressive or aggressive people, and everything will be destroyed if a metal band play there, and so it really makes things difficult. But on the other way, we can see that when there is big fests or fests like Hellfest, there are a lot of people coming. There are listeners of this music in France.
Now, Audrey works as a psychologist. Is it hard to bridge between your private life and your personal life? And dealing with such emotions in everyday life, does music help you escape from that?
My mental health. I hope it's right. And no, it's not as hard as it seems because we are taught a long time before doing the job on how to keep our mental health safe. So it's not difficult, but you're right. I use music as a cathartic thing. It helps me stop controlling, it helps me let go, it helps me forget everything and be just here and now, and it's important. It's one of the various things, as you can see behind me, that I use and that are for me a necessity like oxygen. I cannot imagine a world without singing. I find inspiration in my job. I think the two are going together.
Your single, Survive, reached 200,000 plays on Spotify within 1 year. Congratulations! How does it feel to know that so many people are listening to your music?
It's a strong feeling of joy and also satisfaction and surprise and multiple feelings in the same moment. I mean, we work hard for this, and seeing that people buy in, it's very difficult to put into words. So we wanted to say a big thank you to every listener. Thank you to support us, and we are so happy with this.
What are your plans for the future? Are you working on something now?
What are we planning? So along with COVID, this past year the band went through multiple changes. Olivier, then Max left us, and we have new musicians. So I would like to welcome Florian, the guitarist, and Vanessa, a back singer, a new one. And we are going to make new things with these new artists. So that's the first thing. And our label is planning to make a special album this year, and we will be on it. So stay tuned. And we are also making everything we can to create a little album this year to show our new world and our will to keep playing in these rough times. And we have the project to work with other artists, and as soon as possible, we would like to play live because we are missing people.
Fourth Circle. Do you have any last words for the viewers?
I think thank you are good ones. Words. We would like to say thank you to every viewer because without you we are nothing, and it's warming us to see that with us you are having a good time. So don't hesitate to come to us, to communicate, to share your point of view on Facebook, on our website. It's an important thing to us, and as I said, we miss you, so don't hesitate, we will be very happy to talk with you. Bye bye.
Thank you to Fourth Circle, and you can hear more from Fourth Circle on Darktunes. And now, Dark Cell. Hello, Jesse. How are you?
G'day, how you doing? Thanks so much for having me. This is great. It's an absolute pleasure to be here, so thank you for having me and thank you for having Dark Cell. My name is Jesse Drachman. I'm the vocalist in industrial rock band Dark Cell. We're a very lively bunch of guys from Australia, and besides myself there is Postmortem Matt on guitar, there is Rit Derelict on the bass, and there is also J.com on the drums. Depending what tour we're on, there is also Chippy, the number 5 member. He makes us sound really loud and makes people's eardrums bleed.
So tell me about the metal scene in Australia. Do you have any good venues or festivals in your area? Or is it harder to find like-minded individuals who are into this music?
So to tell you about the metal scene, industrial scene in Australia, yeah, obviously, current situations permitting. Other than that, the scene is generally pretty good. We don't have a huge scene, so we kind of pride ourselves on quality over quantity. The acts that we have here are generally pretty decent. We've got some great industrial, gothic themed bands. Some good new talent coming up through the ranks. But generally it's our metal that's our strong point. Our metal bands are fantastic. We got some really, really solid metal bands. Obviously everyone knows bands like King Parrot, but you also, you got a few other really quality metal acts. So, we hold our own pretty good here in Australia. So, the scene generally is pretty good. In terms of where we hang out and that, some of our favorite places have closed down, but we still have, thankfully, places like Frankie's Pizza in Sydney, Crowbar in Sydney. So, essentially anytime we're on tour in Sydney, those are our go-to places, as well as Young Henry's in Newtown. So, but up here in Queensland, for me, I would say probably Jolly Roger in the Brisbane Valley. Netherworld, always, it's a really cool video arcade / bar / restaurant. So we're pretty blessed with we got some little gems. You just gotta dig your way through to find them. So it's worth it.
Speaking of your country, what are the top 3 things people must do or see while visiting Australia?
3 things people must do or see in Australia. Number 1, I would say get an Aussie to make you a really good Vegemite sandwich. I would say that's number 1 for sure. One thing I hear a lot of from our foreign friends is when they've tried a Vegemite sandwich, they didn't like it. And I think to myself, you've obviously gotten the ratio wrong of Vegemite to butter, etc. And it's all about flavor, baby. So you gotta get the right balance of flavors going on in your Vegemite sandwich. If you ask the boys in my band, I make the supreme Vegemite sandwich. I put everything and the kitchen sink on a sandwich. I basically dive bomb into Matt's fridge anytime we're in the studio, and I'll just make the mother load of Vegemite sandwiches. I'll just put everything on there, including hot sauce. You can't have a good Vegemite sandwich without good hot sauce. I'm sorry, but that's just the rule, the gospel. Number 2, I would say if you are traveling through Australia, I would definitely say Tasmania. You have to go see a Tassie Devil. Yes, we have kangaroos. Yes, we have koalas, wombats, magpies, etc. But the Tasmanian Devil is, for me, the most fascinating creature in Australia. We're very fortunate to have such a interesting animal. So you have to experience it. There's plenty of really good YouTube videos, and they're thankfully just coming out of the endangered species list. So yeah, man, you can actually adopt a Tassie Devil. So that's even way cooler. So I adopted 3 of the little buggers. So go figure. Number 3, I would say go see some comedy in Melbourne or comedy anywhere in Australia. If there's one thing we really do well, it's our comedy, definitely. And you have a great time. and a few good laughs to boot as well.
So, which movies and music inspired the aesthetic and sound of Dark Cell the most?
That's a great question. I don't think there's any one or two particular acts or movies. I think it's a culmination of ideas, and that inspires our music. Our music has evolved over time. We've always kept a consistency with our formula, but for us, I think it's always been a combination of social commentary matched with our love of horror. I'm a very big horror fan. Has to are the boys in the band. Has to is everybody in the universe. But for us in our band, horror holds a very special place in our black hearts. It's really hard to identify with any one particular sound. I mean, critics and people alike have always paired our music to the likes of, compared with bands like Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson, Murder Dolls, Wednesday 13, Dope, all those sort of bands, Cradle of Filth even, and I get it. Everyone likes to find a little box to put your band and your sound in. But, for me, I find life is just one big inspiration. And I'm inspired by many things. I love a lot of history with horror. I'm a big fan of the old black and white films, Frankenstein, and a lot of the Lon Chaney films. A lot of the classic material, even some of the 60s stuff. Some of the Italian horror and that, it's always fascinating stuff. The guys in general, we just, I don't know, we have a unique relationship with occult themed themes and uses in our music. So we kind of blend social commentary with horror and occult stylings. So I guess, that would be the way to kind of explain it in a roundabout kind of way.
Your song, Burn the Witches, from your last album, reached over 700,000 plays on Spotify. So tell me, how does it feel to know that so many people are banging their heads to Dark Cell? And where do you go from there?
Burn the Witches is obviously, a standout track for us. We've been fortunate to have written a great catalog of material. We have many great singles that, we know from our fans that, sing our lyrics back to us on the regular when we play. But Burn the Witches is especially, a strong single for us. It's one of our most mature singles that we've produced. And the fact that it's accumulated as many plays as it has is such a, it's just such a warm feeling. And I attribute that a lot to our fans, our loyal following that have followed us, for the last 10 years. But also, building that bridge in the last couple of years with Raph and the Darktunes crew, that's really helped us break into the European market exponentially. And we, thank Raph and the team from our hearts immensely. They've done such a wonderful job with, nurturing our sound and getting it to as many people in Europe as possible. It's been great. For that song in particular, it's amazing that, we are on the playlists that we are among some fantastic company. Some of our favorite bands that we've toured with. It's great. And I guess for me, it's not just that song. I think it's all of our songs. I never really imagined I never thought of it that way when we wrote these songs 10 years ago. When we started Dark Cell, I just wanted to write just music that we would enjoy playing live more than anything. And the fact that, you know, over the years, people have just embraced our sound and passionately sing our lyrics, and, you know, people even get our lyrics, lyrics tattooed on their bodies, you know, things like that is just, it's very special. For me, I have a deep personal connection with people in the sense that, you know, when they speak to us and they tell us about how our music has made such an impact in their lives, you know, it's saved people from depression, even suicide, you know, people with medical conditions, it's helped them get through some very dark times. And, you know, but then, you know, there's also people that are, you know, passionate about health and fitness, and they say that Dark Cell's just a great sound to, you know, really, you know, pump some iron to. So it's such a treat to create the gift that keeps on giving. So I'm very fortunate, very, very fortunate and very grateful.
You're a great singer and also a great storyteller. So I understand that you released some comic books recently. Tell me more about these books.
Yes, I have been quite creative in the last year. I've always enjoyed writing, and I guess it really came to fruition back in 2015 when we toured the US. I kept journals daily of our movements on tour, everything, and I composed everything to release as a novel, but you know, without going too deep into it, there was an idea that sort of sparked in the process that sort of compelled me to think and strategize a little bit differently, and that was blend my love of horror with my literature. And so what I did essentially was take my love of horror and blended it into these tour diaries, and basically created the first book in what's called Freakenstein. And it's a short novel. It's about 48 pages long, and apparently it's very highly action-packed. It's a whole nightmare world filled with vampires and werewolves and zombies, and this character Freakenstein, which is basically the reanimated combined body parts of the band Dark Cell. We get slaughtered by werewolves without giving too much away, and voodoo magic basically, you know, pulls us all together and reanimates us into this monster called Freakenstein. So my catchphrase for this is, it takes a monster to fight a monster. So yeah. From there, I couldn't stop. You know, I've written 2 more books that I released since. My love of the cult classic movie The Warriors. It's spawned an idea a few years back about you know, the possibility of a legacy tale set many years after the movie. So I've created a legacy series based around my favorite gang, the Baseball Furies. It's ultra violent, and if you're a fan of the Warriors, you'll really dig it. More recently, I've done a short animation called Our Wall, which is a fantastic short animation that I teamed up with acclaimed illustrator Anastasia Salty from the Ukraine, and she is better known as the artist that's done a lot of art for Lindsay Schoolcraft, formerly from Cradle of Filth. And yeah, we created a wonderful and beautiful piece of art along with my friend Bones Rivers, accompanying with the music, and it's a great heartfelt story dealing with depression and anxiety. More recently, I've created Freakenstein into a comic book that's due for release in the next couple of months, so stay tuned. It's very exciting, and it's all found on my Freak Productions website.
Your guitar player, Matt, has 2 different companies that he runs. One of the companies is an occult fashion design company called Electric Witch, and the other company is a guitar pedal effect company called Doomsday Effects. That's a lot of work between the companies, the band, and the family. Do you know his secret of how he can manage so much so well?
Yeah, look, man, as a band, we're essentially all pretty busy. And how do we balance it? Just determination. It's kind of being, the mantra of this band is hard work, determination, getting shit done. We have a thing called, kind of a catchphrase that I penned called Fidios, which is fuck it, we'll do it ourselves. And we kind of do that. We have a very DIY work ethic in everything that we do. So, guys like Matt, he's got his thing going, I've got my thing going. Jay's got his thing going, Rick's got his thing going. We've all got little things going on that if you follow us, you'll catch on to. And it's all exciting and it's all fun. And we balance that with our own personal lives as well. So how do we do it? One day at a time, dudes. One day at a time.
Any last words from Dark Cell to the viewers?
Last words. As always, I would just like to extend our deepest gratitude to all of our friends in Europe and all around the world. We are absolutely blessed to have some of the best fans in the world. Every band says that, but I mean it from the bottom of my heart, man. It's, never in a million years did I think that screaming vocals in a bedroom cupboard on a sweltering hot day, surrounded by mattresses and blankets to record vocals, to go from that to playing in front of thousands of people in Leipzig at the Wave Gothic Treffen. Some of the experiences we've had since is just monumental, and we have you to thank for that, all you awesome people.
Thank you once again to Dark Cell. Be sure to check out their music on Darktunes Music Group.
Ci siamo, Verona!
And now, here's Logical Terror. Hello, how are you all? Please introduce yourselves.
Hello, thank you for inviting me to introduce the band.
And tell us, what do you do in the band?
I'm Julius, I'm the singer for the band Logical Terror from Italy. We are two singers in the band. Today will be only me because COVID logistic restrictions, so I hope to do my best for you.
So you guys started out as a metalcore band, but your latest release is pretty progressive. So, why did you change your sound, and where do you go from here?
Yes, as you say, our music has been evolving throughout the years, and you can easily mark some differences between our debut and our recent works. But if you dig our music, it's easy to understand that we're not talking about a change of style, but it's just a different direction. The way we write music, the way we approach the music, the songwriting, all these things, they are always the same. Colors change. Elements, they have different priorities, but roots remain. And that's how we try to surprise since the beginning. I think we did it right, and the same reason new stuff will be a new Logical Terror record, probably a different shape. It's about the concept behind, I can't reveal today, but it will be funny and dreadful at the same time for sure.
Since you're from Italy, tell me, how big is the Italian metal scene? And where do you go for your events?
It's a very difficult question to answer because Italian metal scene is really, I can say, lazy. We are from a small town so far from the big cities like Milan or Rome, where usually big events take part. And underground scene was not well supported before COVID. I don't really know what will happen in the near future. Basically, there are small bands and big bands like in the rest of the world, but the strong difference is that it's not easy for the small ones to take the same space of the bigger ones in terms of visibility or, for example, get a deal to be selected for a main bill or as direct support for bands on tour. Main events from the past like God of Metal or Heineken Jamming Festival, they slowly stopped because huge costs, and honestly I don't really know what will be after a pandemic. Actually, it's easy to say that will be worse, but I want to hope in a new beginning. There is a song from a band I love, Alice in Chains, that says black gives way to blue. So I want to hope that blue is like new doors to open, new opportunities, a new direction, a brand new beginning.
Logical Terror is a pretty uncommon name. So tell us, what is the meaning behind the band's name?
Yeah, Logical Terror story behind the name of the band starts when we were in the studios mixing our debut Almost Human, and a lot of things happened during the making of because we did not have a full lineup in that moment. It was only me, guitar, and the bass players. And it came by working together some friends that helped us in the songwriting. Then they will decide to join the project and be part of the band. So we wanted to find a brand engaged with the sound and the impact that listeners must feel by listening to our music. So what may happen when heavy metal meets heavy electronic music? If you dig Almost Human from first to last song, you can't expect what you're really listening. I mean, it's a kind of a shock. That's outborn Logical Terror.
Is there a band that influenced you the most when starting your band? And what are you listening to now?
Well, we have been drawing from a lot of music sources during these years, but I want to say that we will always want to take off our personality with our own touch without sounding like bands like different. For example, Soilwork, Fear Factory, Devin Townsend, of course, they are maybe few of them because they use a lot of elements in their music, and this helps to find a lot of different solutions. That's what we always try to do to write our music.
What are your future plans for Logical Terror? And what are you working on now?
It's not a secret, we are working on new stuff, but for the COVID situation, it's not easy to go on constantly. We cannot work together, go in the studios with our producer to make shape the new songs, but we have got some cool ideas, a lot of rough recordings ready, just waiting the right time to put the hands on and have fun writing new music, the new record for all of you.
Do you have any last words for the viewers?
Thanks a lot for your time and enjoy this festival, metal festival edition. Thanks a lot from our label Darktunes, and we hope there will be a physical version, of course. If you are interested in Logical Terror, you can find us on all around the networks. It would be cool if you joined the family, and you can get some teas, CDs, and a lot of cool stuff on our shop on darkmerch.com, or just play music on Spotify, watching videos at YouTube. But of course, stay safe and be ready for a new baby coming soon.
Thank you so much to Logical Terror.
or anyone else. I would worship you or anyone.
And now I'm here with Secret. Hello guys, thanks for being here. Please tell us what you're doing in the band and where you're from.
Hello, we are Secret from Switzerland and we playing new metal music, and I'm Timmy, I'm the singer. This is Grille, he's the bass player, Sandro the guitarist, and Andy the drummer.
Hey guys.
Switzerland is such a wonderful country. How does it feel to live in a magical wonderland between forests, mountains, and lakes? And what are 3 things that people should do while visiting your country?
Yeah, Switzerland is wonderful. Yeah, all the forests, the lakes and the mountains, you see them from everywhere. That's really cool. It feels good to live here. Good people, nice places. Yeah, and 3 things you have to see: forests, lakes, and mountains. That's it.
You do some really great nu metal, and you've played with some icons such as Jonathan Davis of Korn, Head PE, and Limp Bizkit. So tell me, were you nervous before the show?
Before the shows were not really nervous, but it's always special for us. And especially in front or to support greater bands, it's always awesome, and every time different. It's, yeah, that's the best. That's the best. It's cool to be a part of this genre with such great bands. Yeah.
Your latest album, Trapped Behind Golden Bars, made it to the top of the Swiss charts. Do you have any favorite songs from the album? And I would like to know, what's one funny thing that happened during the making of the album or any of its videos?
Yes, Trapped Behind Golden Bars is a really cool album, and it was really funny to create it and to write the songs. And one fun fact is, by the song Pressure, which is my favorite, we had some pressure in the band.
Yeah, some discussions.
Yeah, some discussions, yeah. And after that night, I came home and I was frustrated, and I wrote the lyrics for the songs because of that feelings. And it was cool that this horrible discussions made such a good song. Yeah, that's
You had so much pressure.
Yeah,
to write a song.
Yeah,
and so that's
yeah.
You wrote Pressure.
Yeah, we wrote. I wrote a song about that pressure we had. So that's funny. Yeah.
It's more sad, but okay.
Yeah, from sadness comes the best songs.
You're releasing singles and videos which are all interconnected. So tell me, what is behind the concept of them?
Yeah, we released and we will release some singles more. There's a concept behind it. You will see it at the pictures, at the covers, and the lyrics too. Yeah, but we cannot talk much about it because the secret till now. You'll see it at the end. It will make sense.
What are the 3 best bands in Switzerland from any genre?
Yeah, that's a hard question because we have a lot of very, very good bands here in Switzerland, especially in the metal scene. The metal scene is like a family. 3 bands are not enough to tell, but we would say the best 3 bands in Switzerland are Mani Matter, DJ Bobo, and what's the last one? Stiller Haas.
Last but not least, please say something in Swiss German.
Okay, this question was good for him, but he's from Austria. He can't say something, but I'll say you. Wenn du in die Migros gehst posten, dann schau einfach, dass du deine scheiß Cumulus-Punkte kannst einlösen. Oder?
Do you have any last words for our viewers?
Yeah, I would say follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Secret Music.
And for the Darktunes channel as well on YouTube.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, be positive for the future, and we hope that we can play soon.
And that was Secret. Catch more of them on Darktunes Music Group. now I'll speak with the band Chapton. Welcome to the show, guys. Tell me about yourselves and about your band.
Hello, I'm Dimitri, guitarist from the French metal death metal band Chapton.
Tell me about the band name, who created the name, and what does it mean?
Chaptan is actually the name of the god of sudden death and sacrifice in Mayan mythology. His exact and full name is Buluk Chaptan, but we wanted a shorter name. I think I found the name with the help of my girlfriend. At the creation of the project, the band was looking for a name related to mythology. And my girlfriend, passionate about Mesoamerican cultures, gave me this idea.
Now you guys have a very interesting concept which mixes the Mayan culture with melodic death metal. So tell me, what is your fascination with the Mayan culture and how did you come up with this concept?
As I just said, originally the band wanted the music to be carried by a historical concept, that of Mesoamerican cultures and mythologies, Maya Aztec, which is a very rich and complex culture with violent and bloody legends that feed our music, our lyrics, our artworks, our atmospheres. And by studying this culture since the inception of the group, especially by immersing ourselves in the Mayan Bible, the Popol Vuh, we realized the multitudes of epic stories always focused on this. Their gods, their sacrifices, their legends are a true source of inspiration for a music like death metal, and each lyric of each song tells a little more of the story.
So, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been to Mexico, Belize, Honduras, Guatemala, or Yucatan Peninsula to visit the Mayan ruins? If not, was it on your to-do list? If yes, what was your favorite thing about the experience?
Yes, absolutely. I visited Mexico, and some of the Mayan temples included the one of Chichen Itza, which is on the cover of our first EP, 11. It was just incredible. It's a very good memory.
Your melodeath sound is really interesting. So where do you take your influence from? What bands influence your sound the most?
We try not to lock ourselves into a single style and wish to mix the influences of each one, but it's obvious that some bands inspire us more than others. I think of Arch Enemy, Slipknot, In Flames, Soulfly, many more. As for samples and atmospheres, black metal bands also inspire us too.
Your last album is called 9 Levels. What are the 9 levels? And tell me more about the concept of the album.
9 Levels is a starting point for the concept of our second album. They represent the 9 levels of the Maya infraworld, their hell in reality. A hell divided into 9 stages that the Mayan warriors will go through from song to song until the final confrontation with Hapush, the god of death, and the king of Petnol, the 9 levels of the underworlds.
Your stage makeup is really cool. Do you do this yourself before each show? And how long does it take you to get ready if you do?
Yeah, thanks. Yes, our makeup are inspired by the paintings worn by the Mayan warriors, a kind of protection for them. Indeed, we make up ourselves before each show. It takes a little time, but not that much. 20-25 minutes maybe, but with the experience, we are faster and faster.
You all come from Paris. What are the best 3 things to do in Paris?
For me, definitely to have the possibility to go to concert almost every night. Maybe to eat and drink in the many Parisian restaurants and bars. For me, just walk around Paris and discover again and again the streets, buildings, monuments, architectures. Just that, it's perfect.
Are you working on anything right now? If yes, what is it that you're working on?
It's not really official, but the health situation forced us to cancel our dates, like everybody, like every band. So we had to adapt and actually started composing new songs. The prospect of a third album is still far away, and we have not really set ourselves a deadline, but we have, like everyone, at the moment, a desire for renewal. So we will see. Maybe in 1-2 years, I don't know. We are working on it.
Chabton, let's hear your last words for the viewers.
Thank you for all your support since 10 years now. Be patient, take care of yourself, and I'm sure we will see each other again very soon in a less virtual world. We hope. Bye.
And now, Avum. Welcome! We're so pleased to have you here. Please tell me about yourselves and your band.
Hello everyone, this is Lucille, the singer of Avum, a gothic modern metal band from Italy and France. I'm so happy to be here. This e-festival is such a great idea. I'm really happy.
You come from Florence in Italy. It must make rehearsals pretty tough. How do you organize your practicing?
Yeah, it's not easy, especially during the pandemic situation. That was really rough for everyone, I guess. But it's even harder when you have members coming from different countries, like we have. It's not so uncommon for bands lately, I think, to have members that come from different countries or cities. In normal, times, it is not a big deal. I think that when musicians are all professionals, it's easy, to rehearse just like once a month, like for example we do. And now with all the technologies, we discovered that we can use Zoom, Skype, and so on. Well, it's not the ideal situation, but we want to go on to keep on chasing our dreams, and we want to make music, and we'll always find a way.
Your sound is a combination of symphonic metal and industrial metal. It's even a bit of a metal opera. Can you tell me about how such an interesting sound came about?
Well, yeah, that's what I was trying to say when I introduced our band. I don't really know how to define us. It's so hard because, we are a gothic metal band because there are operatic female vocals, and there are growling and so on. But we are so much more. We have different kinds of music. We mix different kinds of music. We love that. We love symphonic metal, industrial metal, techno, jazz. We like to experiment and evolve during, each one of our albums. And we have opera because we started from, the classical gothic metal. We love classical music, and I'm actually an opera singer too. So we wanted to mix all that. Each one of our members has a different musical background. So we are many. There are many hats, many ideas, and we put them all together and see what happens, what we can create.
Now you have a lot of members in the band, and unfortunately, not all stages are very big. In fact, some are quite tiny. So, I would like to know, are there any funny moments that have happened while you were all on stage?
Yeah, that's what I said. We are 8, so it's not easy. I mean, putting all the ideas together is not easy. We think in a very different way. We have different music tastes. We work differently on stuff. But there's a fact. We really like each other. We really want to do this. We really believe in what we are doing, and so we always find a way. And it's not easy also when you play live. Oh God, I miss even that. I mean, being 8 people on a stage, even on a small stage, it's so hard. But I have so many good and fun memories, and as I said, I really miss that too. For example, once, that's what I always tell people because it really makes people understand. what really happens on small stages. Well, yeah, we were playing like very. The crowd was crazy and stuff, and then Richard, one of the keyboard players, just fell off the stage because he was banging so hard, and we didn't even notice. We were so with the crowd. We just noticed when we realized that he wasn't there. Luckily, the keyboards didn't fall off with him, so he just jumped on and kept on playing. But yeah, it's rough. Also, when you travel, you have to remember that we are 8 people all the time, and we eat for 8, and we drink for 8. And sometimes, well, very often, we also have a live performer for our gigs. So, one more. But yeah, it's good.
You have a lovely operatic voice, Lucille. How did you learn to sing in this way? Did you have to take lessons?
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm actually an opera singer. I've been studying opera, vocals and technique for many years, from as far as I can remember. I studied at conservatorio. I actually also sing in classical concerts and operas here in Italy. So that's a big part of my education and my musical inspiration. With Avum, I also like to try something new, something different, because it's a way to express yourself. Something you are making, it's your own art. And that's the best thing about music, I think. It allows it to express yourself truly as an artist and as a person.
Your music video for Time Machine is very funny. How did you get so many costumes to make such a video?
Yeah, I have to say I really love the Time Machine and how the video worked out and everything worked out together. I thought that it could be great to, sort of time travel with opera costumes. Yeah, because all the costumes that you see in the video are from actual operas. I work with an opera company here in Torino, which is called Lirica Tamagno. And so we borrowed from them the costumes for the, right ages. So for example, the Egyptian costumes are from the very well-known opera Aida. Or the Middle Age costumes are from another very well-known opera, Rigoletto. La donna immobile, quale piuma al vento. I'm sure you know that. So that's a good thing because we could put together, my passions, and something really fun came out. So I'm very happy about that.
We've all heard the common cliches about pizza and pasta in Italy. Can you please break the cliche and tell me what is the most popular food for you coming from Italy? My favorite is gnocchi.
Well, pasta and pizza in Italy are really amazing, and we are food Nazis, So we don't want to see fettuccine Alfredo or anything that's not Italian. It's not our fault, it's in our DNA. But there are some dishes that are not really well known abroad, because in Italy we have many regions, and every region has a typical, food or type of food. So I come from many regions, I'm a mixed up Italian, but I live in Torino, which is in Piedmont, so I'm telling you that you have to try bagna cauda, which is a devilish mix of garlic and anchovies. And if you hear me saying like that, you'd be like, ugh. But I promise it's amazing. Come to Torino and try bagna cauda.
Are you working on any new material now? If so, what can we expect?
Yeah, of course, we are working on new material. This, pandemic and lockdown was so hard on every human being, and especially on musicians and artists, because the work, their career just stopped like that. So in a way, we are trying to use what we are living for our new music. We are working on something, and it's quite a secret, but as usual, it's gonna be something new, something different, something messed up, something glitchy.
So, any last words from Avam to the audience?
Sure. Thank you guys for being here. It's been a real pleasure for me. I hope you enjoy the Darktunes E-Festival. Thank you, Darktunes, for this awesome idea. And see ya. Bye.
Bricks pile up around me, like a fucked up puzzle. I'm just filling up holes in history.
No clue where I'm going, just hoping to do the right thing, but memories fade away, everything is twisted. I'm locked up in the cage, looking at the ceiling, waiting for an ending. You reap what you sow. I'm locked up in the cage, looking for this feeling. The only way out, deep, deep, deep down.
It is a mess, just enduring the waves and fighting like hell, looking for the sun to shine again. Will you give me a hand?
No clue where I'm going, just hoping to do the right thing, but memories fade away. Will you share the pain? I'm locked up in the cage, looking at the ceiling, waiting for an ending. You reap what you sow. I'm locked up in the cage, looking for this feeling. The only way out, deep, deep, deep down.
So virus, you're taught to cry. Every fear is right.
the cage, looking at the ceiling, waiting for an ending. You reap what you sow. I'm locked up in the cage, looking for this feeling. The only way out, deep, deep, deep down.
Surrounded by walls, too dumb to cry. Every fear is black now.
Hi, Dust in Mind. Thanks for joining the stream. How are you? Tell me about your band.
So thank you for having me first. I'm Jennifer, singer of Dust in Mind. Dust in Mind exists since like 6 years, something like that. And we come from France, Strasbourg, and we are playing metal, a little bit new metal, a little bit industrial, because yes, we are playing a kind of groovy metal with a little bit of electro parts.
Your song, This Is the End,
got 2 million views on YouTube and almost 1 million plays on Spotify. So tell me, how does it feel to know that so many people are jamming out to your music?
Yes, it's wonderful, and to be honest, of course, we always dreamed about having such a good result, having such a big audience, but yeah, of course, it's always unbelievable when it's happening. So we wanted it to happen, but we didn't expect it to happen. Yeah, it was a special music video, and the song is very efficient with again electro parts, and yeah, it seems like people like it. When we are playing a show, people are, of course, they are waiting for this song all the time, and we all love this song, of course. So let's hope the best for the next ones, of course. The same result, and let's hope that people will like it.
This clip from This Is the End music video is really awesome. So, where did you guys film this music video? And can you tell me any backstage stories about the filming?
So exactly, it was in Paris. So yeah, we went in 2 different places only, or 3. And so as you can see, the music video, there is a giant garbage field, you know, where people are just letting their garbage, you know, waste illegally, of course, and it's terrible, and it's huge. Really, you have no idea how big is this place. We couldn't see the end, you know, and it was yeah, very sad, very, very sad. And we couldn't imagine we had this in France. You know, for us it was like, you know, thousands of kilometers from Europe, but it was not possible we have this here. And so we saw a documentary about it, and we were like, okay, people are talking about it, and it's totally right, we have to share the message about it. And so we decided to go there. And yeah, we were very, very shocked about it. And so we went there, and because yes, this song is about, of course, the environment, as you understand it, we went in a desert in Spain. So totally changing of environment, and it was beautiful, wonderful landscapes, very hot, of course. And but yeah, I think in the result, people really understand the message, what we want to talk about. Just, you know, environment, the relation, the human with the planet. So yes, and some backstage stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe yeah, more than 40 degrees in the desert, and waking up at 5 a.m. every morning, because the shoot of this music video lasts for 1 week.
The video clips from your latest release, No Way Out and Break, are really cool. So, you shot these both in France. Can you tell me more about the location?
Yeah, No Way Out is the first single of our next album, and Break is the second. And so, actually, yes, like everyone in this world, we've been in this pandemic, and so we during the summer it was possible to go out, but of course we had to stay in France, which is not a problem for us. We are very lucky to have beautiful places here in France, and so we went in Brittany, so at the total opposite of the country, in the west part. And yeah, we really wanted to do a music video in which you can, breathe, because we were all locked during 3 months, and we wanted something very airy, very refreshing. And so this is why we went in on the top of a cliff, etc., just to have big spaces. And also we also did another music video. You will see it. We will watch it very soon, in a few months. But so same. We've been with the band 1 week with the van. We traveled. Wake up at 5 a.m. every morning again, and beautiful landscapes. It was very, very good. And also for the music video Break, actually we started to shoot it like 1 year ago. 1 year ago, but because of the pandemic, we had to stop it. And so we had to find other moments to shoot the music video. And it was 5 days of shooting. We had an actor with us, and we are so happy about the result. So happy about people like it. And yeah, it's and there is a lot of new music videos to come.
You've already toured with a lot of great bands like Pain, Arch Enemy, Hypocrisy, Machine Head, and Soilwork. Also, you're going on tour with Crematory and Evergrey. Besides these bands, what would be your dream bands to go on tour with?
Indeed, we went on tour with great bands. And of course, yes, we were supposed to be on tour with Crematory and Evergrey. Hopefully we can make it. But if we had to tour with other bands, I don't know. I don't know if we have to stay realistic on this question or not. But if I can be optimistic, I would say Korn, Gojira, and Lacuna Coil. We would love to tour with.
Jennifer, you're doing fastings every year, walking with bare feet in the grass, and you have a very alternative way of thinking and acting. So tell me, what is this changing in your life? Why did you choose this path?
Yes, indeed, I try to walk barefoot every day. I don't do this in winter every day, but I try to do it as much as I can. But yes, I practice meditation, and I do, as you said, fastings. So I eat just water for 1 week, and I do this twice a year. It was, a few years ago, before I was in Destined Mind, I was, in a total different way of living. I was director of a huge brand that all you know, and I was working a lot, and my basics were not good. My food was not good. I didn't drink water. I didn't do sport. I was just, the ghost of myself, actually. And now I really realize it, and I did a burnout. And after this, I decided to change everything. So I quit my job, and I was focused on music and on things that can bring me joy. And I wanted to have the good fuel, the good essence, the good fuel for myself, for my body, for my mind. And I, of course, I was always, since ever, I was attracted by alternatives stuff, witchy stuff, and stones, etc. And yeah, I'm very passionate about it, and I just try to be a better human being every day, and how can I be better with the world? Of course, I have to feel better inside, of course. And spiritually, for me, it has a huge impact. I really need, for example, when I walk barefoot, or these fastings, they allow me to be here and to live the moment present, because I'm connected with the earth, etc. So I could talk about it for hours, but I will not. But yeah, just to say that yes, it is very important, and I think people should focus more about this. We would do better to this world if we know who we are for real, and yeah, that's it.
So, what are the future plans for Dust in Mind? Are you working on a new album? And what can we expect from Dust in Mind?
Yes, we will release a new album. Of course, we are waiting so much for it. But yes, we have to reschedule, of course, the release because of the pandemic. But it's on the way, and we are working on new singles, new music video in waiting. So yes, this year we should have a new album. So stay tuned. But yes, that's the plan.
Do you have any last words to the viewers watching?
Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this live stream. Thank you to support music industry, because it's an industry that suffers a lot nowadays, as all you know. And being here is a way to support artists, and thank you for that. Thank you for the support in general, and for the good vibrations, and yeah, just be kind to each other and support each other, and yes, that's it. And thank you very much again.
I'm now here with the amazing folk metal band, Sir Nunos. How are you all doing today? Thank you for being with us.
Hello Electric, greetings to you. We are all doing good today with a lot of work because of the pandemic, and the main thing is that we are still healthy.
First of all, I believe the name Sir Nunos comes from that of the Celtic forest god, right? Were you inspired by this deity, and does it inspire your music and the lyrics?
Yeah, along with Joaquin, our lead guitarist, we used to have a folk metal band called War Night, and since it got dissolved, we really wanted to keep doing folk metal, but we added a little bit of death metal taste, so we really needed a strong name. And when we did a lot of research, we found this name Kernunos, and it was like, what is that? And we found that he's the lord of wild animals, the lord of wildlife, and he's also the god of the underworld. And we were like, okay, that is the strong name we need. And it was also another chance to choose Berkana as a name, but it belongs to the Viking culture, so we decided to use Kernunos. And we really liked it because we could picture all the image of the Kernunos itself as an entity, as an artwork, and all of that kind of stuff.
Your music, especially now, seems to have a very pagan Celtic sound about it. So are you paying tribute to your ancestry with your music and in your lyrics?
Yes, indeed. I think it was love at first sight, and we wanted to embody this culture, this pagan and Celtic culture, because it has a lot of stories, it has a lot of history, it has a lot of richness that we wanted to explore, and I think we reached that because our new album is talking about that.
I hear the flute, violin, heavy guitars, and very powerful vocals in your music. So, how did this come about? How did you choose these instruments for your medieval metal sound?
Yeah, you're right. When we got into folk metal like in 2007, we wanted to try new things, like incorporate new weird stuff, like a fiddle, or maybe a flute, or maybe a whistle in a heavy metal band. And we were like, okay, why not? Why not trying this? And we really liked it, so we incorporated those instruments in the band. And for example, when we composed our first song, it was all along with these instruments, and the texture that it generated, it was so amazing that we decided that we really wanted. So the texture that it's generating, since these instruments are incorporated in the band, it's so awesome and uncomfortable for us that we will never let them go, you know?
I love that your sound is dark and yet authentically timeless. So, what would you say that younger musicians could learn from folk music itself and also their ancestry?
I have to say that I really love the word authentic because when I got into music, I never imagined that this whole new world of experiences was going to be so big and so beautiful that you realize that there are no boundaries at all, you know? You can mix whatever genre you choose, whatever instruments you choose, and it has to be beautiful to you. And when this happens, your soul becomes so fulfilled. And this is what happened to me with folk. And I say to you, just erase your boundaries, let your mind fly, give it a chance. Listen to folk music. Folk music is beautiful. Not only folk metal bands, but folk music.
Now, what can we expect to hear from Sir Nunos after your last release?
Well, I sent our upcoming album, Capricornus, to Raf a couple of days ago, and I can say that you will love it because it has 11 powerful songs, powerful riffs, powerful melodies, powerful singings. It was also a challenge to me because I never sang like that. I mean, I made like 3 or 4 kind of voices, and it is also new to me because it's my first album, my first recorded album, like as a singer, and because I was the former bass player of Carnunos until 2018, and I really loved this work because we worked together. It's the first time that we worked together for an album, and I think you will love it. So I think it will be available in a couple of months.
Do you all have any last words for the viewers from Sir Nunos?
Thanks to you, Electrician, for your time, and yeah, stay tuned because we have amazing upcoming news for you. But the most important thing is stay home, stay safe, stay folk.
And here we are with quite the band. With a beautifully haunting voice, heavy guitars, and a growl. This is Moonlight Asylum.
Hello, I'm fine. Thank you for your words. I am very happy about this interview, so let's begin.
How did you all meet and come to be Moonlight Asylum?
Moonlight Asylum started many years ago and had a completely different sound back then. I came from playing extreme metal and I wanted to experiment with other sounds, and basically that's how it all began. After some time the band became a real project, but it was something very different from what it is today. Lots of musicians have passed, so let's say that we are a group of people who has a common goal, which is making music. So our new material will be the perfect summary of all these years of work. So we hope you really like it and enjoy it.
Can you describe Moonlight Asylum and what message the music presents to its listeners?
Describing the band is not easy, but I can say that we've got lots of influences that range from industrial metal and metalcore to extreme metal, with the addition of some electronic and pop music elements. Our message always aims at making daily issues visible. Sometimes this can have an influence on somebody, or it could be some kind of catharsis if you want.
How did you all come to be on the Darktunes music label? I can't wait to see all of your videos and what you have on the channel next.
We always had the goal of recording our first album and get some sort of extra support. Once the record was almost finished, we started looking for this support on a label, and Darktunes stood out immediately. It had the perfect image, great bands, and had a very professional direction towards music. As soon as we got in touch with Raphael, we realized that there was not only professional attitude but also good human material involved. Once he gave us thumb up, the decision was pretty simple. Anyway, we are also very anxious. We are working on our new material and got lots of surprises regarding song and video. We hope we can achieve everything soon so all the people can enjoy it.
This question is to all the singers. How did you all get into singing, and how did you know that your voices would work off of each other so well?
About our voices, we believe that it's mostly a matter of work. It's about finding the starting point and working from it on. Looking for the strength in each of us and fusing them to take as most of it as it's possible. Always together, of course. It's teamwork, basically.
Now a question for the rest of the band. How did you get into your specific style of playing, and how did you decide what instruments worked so well for you?
I'm going to answer on behalf of the entire band. I think each of us has affinity with the instrument and the music we make. It's not that easy to explain, but it is as if it comes you and you get into it little by little. It's almost like falling in love with somebody. It just happens and it grows more and more. There are good and bad times, of course, but you can take it out of your system because at the end of the day, this is what you love.
Do you have any last words for the audience from Moonlight Asylum?
Thank you very much and see you soon.
Bright nights to remember, flickering lights. We are going to recall between now and September, right before fall. They are my remedy. I want to bring the light. Where the world and the nails was by off a shot. feel. They are mine, and in my mind, reality becomes unreal. I'm just one in a million nights. When I time all disappear into the darkness of the night. I'm just one in a million nights. When I time all disappear into the darkness of the night. I live up to my dreams, specific I'm shining, that's the cold in the depths of my mind. The journey I'm flying, the dark, the light. If I slide, they give me the fast way. I'll go. The fate of the ground, my hands active will. They are mine, and in my mind, reality becomes unreal. Becomes unreal.
And now I'm here with a female-fronted modern metal band from Switzerland called Zordia. Hello, how are you all doing? Welcome to the show.
Hi, it's so great to be here. It's awesome to be part of the E-Metal Fest. It's actually an honor.
It's wonderful to see the female-fronted power of this band, especially with such a heavier rocking sound. So how did you all meet and get together as a band?
Well, we came together for me it was 2013, but it was in 2009 when Andy, our drummer, actually started Zordia as a project, and these guys started off as a symphonic metal band, and when I auditioned in 2013, I actually sang Nemo by Nightwish to audition for the band. And we started off writing that kind of music back then, but we soon discovered that we would love to bring in some heavier rocking sounds like you mentioned, or even the electrical part. We found ourselves searching for other ways to express what we love in music. Well, I cannot speak for the others, but I do still love some good symphonic metal. I'm still that girl who's been singing in a symphonic metal band, but I very much appreciate to have the whole vocal range now to explore and the whole elements that we added. And it's so fun to just evolve with the music.
Your newest album, Neo Lux, seems to draw inspiration from new technology in a neon futuristic cyberspace environment. So tell me, how did you come up with a concept for the album in this world, and what inspires you about it?
Yeah, we had a lot of inspiration by this tech environment. Actually, we already had this kind of post-apocalyptic theme in 2017 when we recorded our EP, and we evolved from there. And since we added light and smoke and all this colorfulness in our surroundings, we do all still love to wear black too. We felt like we needed something a little bit more modern as an approach, like on the visual way, because we already had it in our live performances, and we do love that light and stuff. And on the other hand, there was the inspiration for the lyrics on that album that came together perfectly with the whole setup, because one of the main inspiration for the title song Neon Lights was actually me being it was way back when I was in the United States, and I was the first time in a laundromat, and it wasn't only me who had this experience. Some others of the band know that too, and I was so impressed because here we don't do it that often. We don't go to a public place and wash our laundry like in this public place, being watched and being able to watch other people. Everybody kind of minding their own business, waiting for that wash to be done, and exploring not only the people around them, but like the introspective, because there's no place to go. You don't just leave and leave it all behind, but you just wait. And well, back then I didn't have a smartphone, so there wasn't much to do. You could just read a book and explore the world, your inner world. And that was one part of the inspiration too for that album, like that watching yourself in the mirror doing stuff, and yeah, and bringing that to the outside.
I love that you blend keyboard, guitars, and your lovely vocals into your music.
Well, first of all, thanks for the compliment for the lovely vocals. I appreciate that very much.
So it seems that your music is a blend of electronic, metal, and even some industrial. So tell me, are you all inspired by these different genres?
Are all inspired by multiple genres, and I think the special thing about our music is that we do not write like one single person is writing the song. Someone starts, normally it is the guitar, but then all the others add to it. Then we go from there, and everyone has their own take on how that music should sound, and we are very open to what others bring to the table. And I think that what inspires us to fuse all of this together. There are elements of metalcore and some even a little bit goth elements. We have a lot of deep guitars. We do have that industrial part with the drums, with the whole synthesizers. And we have some even pop music elements, I think. I'm not quite sure about that, but it's common in metal too, to call. But we would never call it that, but we do. And we love it. We love to fuse it all together into what we think makes us.
So, what are your plans for this year? What can we expect to see next from Zordia?
Well, the plans for the upcoming year are very hard to describe because there aren't so many plans, since we don't know whether we will be able to play live. We are planning to record some stuff we have been writing in 2020, but since Pete and Dom, who were on the bass and the keyboards, just got their first baby and left the band, we will have to take some time to regroup, to find ourselves again in this, how the writing process will work, because Pete, who was on the keyboard, did a huge part of writing too, like with us, with all the others. And we haven't been looking for someone to fill in there, and we may or may not look for someone, but well, we truly miss them both. But yeah, we will regroup, we will find our new ways and write some stuff, record some stuff, we will for sure produce some more videos. We already have some plans for some. We already recorded a cover song. I cannot tell now what it is, but you'll see on Darktunes. And if we can, we would love to play live again. Even if it's the smallest pub around here, we wouldn't mind, because we actually truly miss that feeling of being able to play live in front of people. I recently started streaming here on Twitch too, because I missed it that much. And it's, well, the fun part is you never know what you lack until, yeah, you lack it. And we wrote a song in 2019 about that feeling of standing in a crowd, cheering the band up on the stage with lighters and all that stuff, and being that 1 in a million. That's what the song is called. 1 in a million lights. And we didn't realize when we wrote that how significant the lack of that feeling will be in the future. And I think even if we will only have, I don't know, 12 or 20 people in front of the stage, it will still feel like the world opened up again. And I really hope that can happen for us soon in many different ways. And I'm very much looking forward to what's up next, what is coming. And yeah, we really hope we can introduce some new music to you soon.
Do you all have any closing words for our audience?
It's just so great to being able to join in this special event here on Twitch, and to be able to be part of that community that didn't build from nothing. It was there before, but it has a very new quality now. And I think it's so great that people are moving and elaborating things and finding new ways to connect through all these wires out there, and to share emotion again through music. And I think it's just great to be part of all of this and being able to share our music in that way. We may never had without that whole situation. So I'm grateful for whatever opportunities there are and might come. And I really hope that the audience we have today has the same possibilities and sees the same opportunities for them and for their future.
I'm just one in a million nights. When I'm down, all disappear into the darkness of the night.
And now we have another female-fronted band from St. Petersburg, Russia, with blaring vocals and a metal band that backs it all up with very powerful instruments. Let's say hi to Falsi.
Hey, hello, Valentina from Falsi here.
I love your red hair. It definitely adds to the power of your music. So how did you get to be such a powerful female vocalist?
Thank you. I sing all my life. I couldn't become anyone else than a singer. Music takes a great part of my life. I sing almost every day. Also, if I have free time, I like playing on piano so much.
So let me ask you, are all of the members from Falsi from Russia?
Yes, all of us from Russia. We are based in St. Petersburg. Originally, our guitarists, bass player, and I from St. Petersburg. And our drummer was born in very eastern part of Russia, in a small town nearby Vladivostok.
So, what is the metal scene like from your country?
As you imagine, we have thousands of metal bands only in St. Petersburg, and many of them are good. The only problem is cultural isolation of our country. Most of musicians in Russia don't even think about going on tour inside Russia and showing their music to the world.
What are your current plans with your music? Anything exciting coming up?
Yes, sure. Right now we're working on our third album. I've already started recording vocals. I think the album will be so cool. The instrumental parts are so hard this time, and my vocal lines have become more and more interesting, in my opinion. We worked hard on the composing, and right now doing our best with the tracking. Also, we've recorded 2 covers and even filmed a music video for one of them. By the way, it was just announced by our label. The song is Fighter, originally performed by Christina Aguilera. This is one of my favorite songs ever, and I was very happy when we decided to make this song.
You have a good number of music videos out there. So tell me, is there one that holds dear to you all?
My favorite video is Bitter Pill because we shoot it in very beautiful place on nature. This place is not so far from our home city, but it isn't typical for our region because of a lot of sand there. It was a sunny day, and that's why the picture looks so good. I like it so much. And not far from this place, at night we filmed the video for the song Parasites.
So how did you all come to be with Darktunes music group?
Alex, our guitarist, was in contact with some bands that were already signed with Darktunes, and all of them told him only good things about label and Rafael. We discussed the thing about being on label and decided that it would be a step forward for us. And then Alex contacted Rafael, and after some time we got a deal.
today, but there's nothing left to do, and there's nothing left to say. No, I'll never worry, 'cause it's all gotta end. When the beginning and the middle have made me what I am, is what I will be, what I'll never know, what I lose, what the hell, what a privilege it was to know you. Today, but there's nothing left to do, and there's nothing left to say. No, I'll never worry, 'cause it's all gotta end. When the beginning and the middle have made me what I am, is what I will be, what I'll never know.
This next artist comes from the dark industrial world. Let me introduce you to DJ version 666.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Your sound is dark and sexy, and you can dance to it. So how would you describe your music to others?
Dark is certainly a good way to describe my music. Sexy is a matter of perspective. I would describe it as pulling emotions from parts of your mind and turning that into sound.
I assume you've played at plenty of fetish clubs and some insane venues. So, do you have any memories from one of your performances that will shock the audience?
I do have a residency as a DJ at an amazing alternative fetish-friendly club in Wilmington, Delaware called Bar 13. I honestly wouldn't even know where to begin as far as stories go. At midnight, they have the traditional birthday floggings. You can probably figure out how that works. Oh, there was this one time I was DJing between sets of a few bands that were playing there, and I froze like a deer in headlights when Amelia Arsenic waved hi to me.
How did you get involved with Darktunes, and what do you have planned with your music?
Well, in 2015, with the help of Fabian Morales Aldana, whose projects include Exemia and Aim and Execute, I released my first album, Prelude, on Bandcamp. He and I sent various songs to people who were releasing compilations at the time, Darktunes being one of them. Raf sent me a message regarding his interest in distributing my music, and I was more than happy to join the Darktunes family. As far as what I have coming up, musically, I am working on a 3-part, 18-song, mostly instrumental album. Along with that, I'm also working on my full vocal album, as well as some singles and remixes, and I believe there's at least one cover coming out later on. I don't want to give too much away, but it is coming along quite nicely. That's all I'm going to say.
The name DJ Version 666 is quite devilish. So, what is the story behind this name?
I've given a lot of different answers to this. The truth is, another DJ I used to work with many years ago was making fun of the amount of rock that I play, rock music that I play at open format clubs and events. He called me DJ 666, and back in the day I used to play the old Doom video game a lot, and there was a version 6.66, and I kind of combined the two and turned myself into DJ version 666. That's really the honest truth. Any other story that was ever told is probably made up, and most likely made up by me.
I read on your website this specific statement. Quote, "I'm a computer junkie and a techno whore. The first step is admitting it. I feel like a weight has been lifted." So, can you give us some insight into this statement?
I tinker with computers all the time. I work entirely within the Linux operating system. My current distro is Manjaro Linux. I use the K desktop environment for that. And my digital audio workstation is Ardour. People say that I do things the hard way, and they may be right, but that's part of the fun. When it comes to getting things to work in an open source environment, I get kind of a rush from it, and I guess that's what that means, really.
Thank you very much to DJ Version 666.
Keep surviving. Do it out of spite.
We hope you enjoyed the second edition of the Darktunes E-Fest, and we hope you had a great time with us and all the bands. As said during the introduction, we've decided to use the reach of the festival for a good cause. We're going to help bands who've had issues during the crisis, and also for animal protection, which has had a very hard time during the COVID-19. So if you still didn't do it, and if you can and you want, we invite you to make those donations via the Tipeee Stream link below. The first half of your donation goes to the animal shelter, and the second half will go to the bands you've been enjoying watching during this festival. Don't forget to support all the bands and follow them on Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, and more. And consider buying their music or merchandise from the Dark Merch store. We invite you also to follow Darktunes, especially on YouTube, where you'll find all of the official music videos of all of the bands that have played during this festival. The festival is not over. We invite you to continue to follow this live stream on the Twitch channel of Darktunes. The after party will be exclusively on that channel. Get ready to hear some amazing live DJs and dance all night. Don't forget to check out and support Static Realms at staticrealms.com and on the Not So Serious Show YouTube channel. Also check out our newest show, Static Desires, which showcases artists in the industrial, gothic, dark wave, and post-punk genres. Stay tuned for the Twitch after party.
Thanks for watching our Metal Darktunes Music Group episode. I'm Electrish from Static Realms. And remember, keep it metal.